Hello party people. It is I, More. So, I just want to say hi, hello, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Moore's, welcome back to Moore's. Folly, Okay, I know what you're here for. I know exactly what you're here for. I know exactly what you're here for. You won't sleep. You want sleep. You want pristine sleep. And I have no choice but to oblige. But there is one little caveat though. While I'm going to be putting you to sleep, I'll be putting you to sleep. I'll be making a paper origami crane, bird, whatever. I got a fresh piece of paper. I got a fresh piece of paper. A fresh piece of paper. You know, I have a pop filter, but this is probably gonna be loud. Okay, so hopefully that wasn't too loud. Hopefully, I'm not speaking too loud. But anyway, like I was saying, I have a piece of paper, I have a fresh piece of paper here, and I'm just gonna be making a crane, dude. Just gonna be making a crane, dude. As we're making it, dude, like, how are you today? How are you? Hope your day is doing like really well. Hope you're having like a really amazing day. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if your day is over like mine, I hope that your day was fantastic. Was it? Was it a fantastic day? Was it a how you would say, enthusiastic, fulfilling day? Oopsie, sorry. I hope it was. Anyway, my day was eventful. I wanted to share something with you guys. So, you know, like, how, like, I'm not, like, the most consistent when it comes to, like, uploading. When it comes to uploading on this channel. I know I'm not the most consistent. I'm not the most consistent in anything, usually. But, lucky for you guys, lucky for all of you, Moore has decided to do something with his life that is a little bit more, how you would say, what's the word? Beneficial. Conductive to success. Conductive to enjoyment and true folly for everyone. Because that's the ultimate goal here. Moore's Folly wants folly for all, for life, for, you know, for every conceivable, thing. This on our beautiful planet Earth. So, I realized through meditation and conversation with very trusted individuals in my life, and my usual deep introspection and self what's the word? Reflection, if you will. I'm trying to figure out if this is like a square. This is a square, right, guys? Yeah, I think this is a square. So I think we're just gonna fold this way here. Because I think this is a square. Right? Okay. So we're just gonna fold that, and then we're gonna just... But yeah, but long story short, guys, basically what I'm telling you guys all this for is because I plan to be more disciplined in my creative ventures and in my day-to-day life. So I say that to say that, guys, like, change is possible, and old habits do die hard, but luckily for you guys, I'm a person who likes to, I live for this. I live for transformation, and I strive to be a better person. I strive to be a better person every day. I strive to gain new knowledge every day. Gain perspective on not only this life, but myself, who is of this life, if you will. And all of you. I'm kind of upset because I can't get this as, like, perfect as I want it. But we're just going to move on. Because it's not, like, I don't think this is, like, a perfect square. But we used paper that wasn't already a square. Looks like Mesmer wanted to join in on ASMR too, but I had to move the paper away from him. And now he's upset. Now Mesmer might join in on ASMR. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, like, expect more heat. No pun intended. And this video is a start of something I hope will be special for all of us. That I hope will be special for each and every one of us. And you know why? Because I have a belief that if, I think that, like, growth and, like, inspiration, perspective, I think really all human experiences and emotions are meant to be shared. um, there's something that's they're meant to be experienced between all of us, and they are, but unfortunately, a lot of us try to pretend like we don't experience the same things, or that we don't have familiar experiences. And I get it. I understand. Trust me, I really do. Because I've been there. I've been that guy. I mean, trust me, I love to feel like I'm the guy who is different somehow. That my story is somehow unique. My pain is somehow the only pain that exists in the world sometimes. No, I don't feel that way. That's too extreme. But I do tend to feel like my pain is unique. And as we all, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. So, while I may feel, and we may feel sometimes, if you share this problem, that our emotions are like, the most important, like, we have to, respect them, and we do. That is very true. That is very true. But I think we also have to remind ourselves that, I don't want to say that there's an answer for everything, because that's not true, but I think we have to remind ourselves that it'll be okay. For me, personally, I had a fear of making the wrong decisions in life. So, naturally, if you fear making the wrong decision, you tend to not do ever, because you're thinking, well, nothing you do would be the right decision. You get stuck in thought paralysis, right? This thought paralysis is, as we know, it feels comfortable, but it's really probably not the most beneficial thing for us. Not only if we're just strictly talking like long term, but if we just talk like in the short term, and what we actually want to achieve, it doesn't happen in the old cabeza. I was reading a book, The Eye of Sheila. I'm pretty sure I referenced it before. This is where we're at right now. But almost finished, guys. But the book, The Eye of Sheila, I'm pretty sure I referenced it before, but it basically talks about how, I reference so much is the part that it talks about how the Western mind, the Western world, Western philosophy, Western thought is so dominated by this idea that we can think ourselves out of our mental hardships, our mental battles. But the flaw with this thinking, or better yet, we think that we can use the mind to figure out life's most pressing issues and problems. But the problem with this frame of thinking is that the mind is of this life. It is subject to it. And we are subject to it. And it is our mind that we are trying to what's the word? Dissect, to understand it, to understand ourselves. But it argues that this is actually backwards thinking. How can something subject to itself, or not subject to itself, but something that, how can a subject understand its object? His objective, I should say. I guess the argument really is like, the mind cannot fix itself. You can't fix the mind with the mind. You mustn't concern yourself with it. For the mind can lie, your emotions, the way society tells you to believe, tells you to think. It can lie to you, it can make you feel false things. Things that you probably don't even really truly believe. If you're still awake, here's the swan. But yeah, I was kind of like rambling, but all in all, my point is, let's not let, thought paralysis, self-deprecating thoughts, just for the rest of 2026, let's not let those things get in the way of us anymore. Let's be kings, let's be queens, let's be, righteous people. Let's be righteous people. Let's be people worth talking about, worth being around. Worth cooperating with. But anyway, that's all I have to say. I love you so much. Have a good rest.